The weekend is here, and I know what can happen. I can drift, I can scroll, I can numb out. I can tell myself I needed rest when really I disappeared. But not this time. Not this weekend. Not again. I do not need to fix my whole life today. I do not need to become perfect before Monday. I only need one promise, one honest action, one thing I said I would do, one thing I will no longer avoid. That is where I begin. Not with fantasy, not with guilt, not with another plan I never touch. With action, small action, real action, the kind that rebuilds self-trust. I have lost enough time to drifting. I have given enough hours to the screen. Enough nights to avoidance, enough mornings to regret, enough weekends to the version of me that talks about changing, but does not move. Today, I move. I will not disappear. I will not abandon myself. I will not let this weekend become another place where my discipline goes quiet and my promises die in the dark. One promise before Monday, one promise kept, one action, one return, one proof that I am still being built. I can rest without quitting. I can breathe without escaping. I can slow down without losing myself. Rest is not the same as hiding. Peace is not the same as avoidance. Comfort is not the same as repair. I know the difference now, and I choose repair. I choose the room clean, the page open, the body trained, the walk taken, the message sent, the task finished, the phone put down, the promise kept. No one has to see it, no one has to clap, no one has to understand why this small thing matters. I understand. The man in the mirror understands. He knows when I run, he knows when I lie, he knows when I quit quietly, but he also knows when I return. And this weekend, I return. I will not disappear. I will not abandon myself. I will not let this weekend become another place where my discipline goes quiet and my promises die in the dark. One promise before Monday, one promise kept, one action, one return, one proof that I am still being built. I do not need a perfect plan, I need a clean decision. I do not need a perfect mood, I need a grounded body. I do not need to feel ready, I need to begin. Because every time I keep my word, something inside me stands taller. Every time I finish what I said I would finish, my self-respect comes back. Not all at once, not through one heroic moment. One promise, then another, one return, then another, one weekend used well, then another. This is the weekend forge. No performance, no pretending, no fake motivation. Just one promise spoken, one promise kept. One man returning to himself. Before Monday, I will have proof. Not for the world, for me. disappear. I will not abandon myself. I will choose one promise. I will keep it. And I will return stronger.
One promise. That is all I need. Not a perfect weekend, not a perfect life, not a perfect version of myself. One promise. One thing I said I would do. One thing I will prove before Monday. I do not need to impress anyone. I do not need to announce a new identity. I do not need to explain my entire plan. I do not need to become a different man overnight. I need one promise, one honest action, one grounded decision, one thing finished, one thing cleaned, one thing trained, one thing repaired, one thing faced. That is how I return to myself. Not through noise, through proof.
I know what happens when I break my word. I feel it, even when no one else sees it. The room remembers, the mirror remembers, my body remembers, my mind remembers. Every promise abandoned becomes weight, but every promise kept becomes steel.
And this weekend, I am choosing steel.
One promise before Monday, one promise kept, one action that proves I am not done, one decision that brings me back. I do not need everything fixed. I need one thing finished. I need one piece of proof. One promise before Monday,
one promise kept. This is not about perfection. This is not about punishment. This is not about hating the man I have been. This is about becoming dependable to myself. I can start small and still be serious. I can clean one room, I can finish one workout, I can take one walk, I can write one page, I can make one call, I can send one message, I can prepare one meal, I can put the phone down, I can face one thing I have avoided. Small does not mean weak, small means real, and real is where strength begins. I have made promises in emotion. I have made promises in shame. I have made promises after regret. I have made promises because I wanted to feel changed. But this time, I do not need a feeling, I need follow through.
This time,
I do not need to talk big, I need to move quietly.
This time, I do not need the world to believe me. I need to become a man I can believe. One promise before Monday, one promise kept, one action that proves I am not done, one decision that brings me back. I do not need everything fixed. I need one thing finished. I need one piece of proof. One promise before Monday,
one promise kept. Speak it, write it, choose it, make it clear. This weekend I will. Not maybe, not someday, not when I feel ready, not if the mood is right. This weekend I will. And before Monday, I will return with proof. Not excuses. Not another explanation. Proof. This is how self-trust is rebuilt. Not by thinking about change, by becoming the man who does what he says. Not every time at first, not perfectly, not without resistance, but again and again and again. I return.
When I fall,
I return.
when I drift,
I return.
when I waste time, I return.
When the old pattern calls me back, I return. Because I'm not building an image, I am building a man.
One promise before Monday, one
promise kept. This is the weekend forge. One promise spoken, one promise kept. One man standing before his own word. No performance, no pretending, no fake discipline, no empty talk. Just proof. This weekend, I choose one thing. I speak it clearly. I keep it fully. And I return stronger.
One promise before Monday, one promise kept. One action that proves I am still being built. One decision that restores my self-respect. One promise, one action,
one return, one proof. Before Monday, I will know I kept my word.
One promise,
one promise,
one promise kept.
That is how I come back. That is how I rebuild. That is how I become the man I can trust. Before Monday, I return. Not with a perfect life. Not with everything fixed, but with proof. One promise spoken. One promise kept. One honest action that brought me back to myself. I did not need to change everything. I needed one thing. One clear decision, one real action, one promise I could keep, and I kept it. That matters. Even if no one saw it, even if no one clapped, even if it looked small from the outside, I know what it meant. The room knows, the mirror knows, my body knows, my mind knows. I did what I said I would do, and something in me stands tall. And now this is how I rebuild trust with myself. Not through fantasy, not through noise, not through another speech about who I will become. Through proof, quiet proof, small proof, real proof, the kind of proof that no one can give me and no one can take from me. I return with proof. One promise kept, one action finished, one decision honored. I am not finished, I am not perfect, but I am no longer only talking. I am becoming dependable to myself. I return with proof. Maybe it was the room cleaned, maybe it was the workout finished, maybe it was the walk taken, maybe it was the page written, maybe it was the message sent, maybe it was the phone put down, maybe it was the thing I avoided, finally faced. Whatever it was, I kept my word, and that is steel. Small action becomes self-respect, self-respect becomes discipline, discipline becomes identity, identity becomes the man I can trust. I do not need to punish myself into change. I do not need to hate myself into movement. I do not need to shame myself into discipline. I can build from honesty, I can build from responsibility, I can build from one promise kept again and again and again. I return with proof. One promise kept, one action finished, one decision honored. I am not finished, I am not perfect, but I am no longer only talking. I am becoming dependable to myself. I return with proof. Kept, that word matters. Kept, not imagined, not intended, not delayed, not explained away. Kept, I said I would, and I did. Before Monday, I came back with proof. Before Monday, I showed myself I could return.
Before Monday, I became a little harder to break.
This is not the end, this is the beginning of a stronger pattern. One weekend used well, one promise kept, one quiet victory. Now I carry it forward, into Monday, into the next room, into the next decision. It forward, into Monday, into the next room, into the next decision, into the next hard thing.
I do not need to feel unstoppable, I need to keep returning. I do not need to be fearless, I need to keep moving. I do not need to become perfect, I need to keep my word.
This is the weekend for speak the promise, keep the promise, return with proof. No performance, no pretending, no empty motivation. Just one man becoming real through what he does. This is how self-trust comes back.
This is how discipline becomes identity. This is how I become the man I can trust. I return with proof.
One promise kept, one action finished,
one decision honored.
I am still being built,
I am still becoming.
and every time I keep my word, steel returns to my soul.
I return with proof.
Before Monday, I kept my word. Before Monday, I came back stronger. One promise, one action, one return kept.